So what did I think about Chilli of TLC calling our boys the men and saying that they said that they didn't need Babyface for success? I believe her. Dallas Austin spilled that a long time ago, and so did Candy Burgess. I can't think I say her last name, but she was a big time writer long time ago. She wrote Say My Name. She wrote No Scrubs for TLC, among others. But anyway, Boys to Men had a stank, arrogant attitude. Look, I like Boys to Men all right when they came out. I liked their first record. Their second record was cool. The Christmas record was cool. The collabs they did with LL, But they had a stank attitude. They came across like the Boys Quartet, the barbershop Mr. Clean, but them turkeys was foul, Philly, and talk trash. I watched Sean Stockman's podcast on YouTube, and he can play, and he's a decent cat, but he curses too much, and he a little bit too vulgar for what they image. It's like you talking real reckless and janky, and you didn't see it too much. And Wanye, who's known for whining, this is very believable. They clowned Babyface when after End of the Road, but I got a news flash. I remember very well. I remember when they record came out, and it sold about 3 or 4 million copies. And as big as that record was when End of the Road came out, do you know Motown Rush released an EP? And for people who don't know, that's when they throw about 5 or 6 songs on because they wanted to capture cash in on that. That thing was huge. That Boomerang soundtrack, that was huge. And then I'll Make Love to You was even bigger. And then Mama, they had to do a couple other songs with him. They said they could have done it by themselves. My reaction. Look, they wrote okay, but nobody was gonna touch Babyface's pen for what they did. He was their Smokey Robinson to their Temptations, even though neither one are really in that same ballpark. But let's just say, let's play along. So, Chilli with TLC understood firsthand what Babyface meant because Babyface in LA wrote big songs for them, wrote big songs for everybody. You know, you can debate who was bigger as far as writing and producing out of Babyface and R. Kelly, and you can't go wrong either way. Babyface's pen game went from the 80s to about the late 90s. He was almost unstoppable with it though. But wrote big songs, big songs. And Boys to Men talk trash. I believe it because they were very arrogant and smug, talk trash, act like they. But it's funny how I think about how they had the back-to-back Diamond albums and they had all those hits and all that, right? And then by 97, they had that sample that Diddy did on where they sampled Cameo, and the album barely went gold. And I think Song for Mama, the only when they worked with Babyface could they get that kind of hit back. Because if they weren't doing Starbucks bougie R&B, nobody was checking for them. They were corny, and they came across like an old man band and a young body. And without that Babyface pen drop, they probably be barely hanging with H-Town. And I'm not saying anything, that's no diss to H-Town, but there were tiers to this. And Boyz II Men was top tier. Jodeci was right there. But would Boyz II Men have been bigger than Men of Vision without Babyface's pen game? I don't know. They would have been big. Would they have been that big? I don't know. Would they have been as big as High Five? I don't know. They needed Babyface's pen game. I believe Chilli. See, it's an old story that resurfaced. But Wanye didn't dug himself out from playing the Chitlin drive-through, the dollar store drive-through to come get all mad because she spoke the facts. Everybody called y'all out. Everybody know y'all was arrogant and y'all thought y'all was bigger than that. And let's keep it 100. Ain't nobody check for y'all post Babyface era. Ain't nobody check for y'all. Y'all playing Goodwill Red Tag Day on Tuesdays half off just to fill half a parking lot during lunch break. Y'all ain't exactly been booming. And you had something, but your karma came and got y'all behind. You notice you never hit big after 95 again. After One Sweet Day, after y'all worked with Babyface in 97, y'all had I did like Do Not Pass Me By. It was 2000. That was one cool song. Ain't nobody sweated y'all. Y'all were oldies but goodies before you had a chance. You've been big in name, but you ain't been big in song in years. So do I believe what Chilli said? Yeah, and I'm not even a Chilli fan like that. But Chilli was smoking on this one. She told the facts. Yeah, y'all was ungrateful. So just like Jay-Z said, told Demi Dash, "Will make another one without me." Well, tell Boyz II Men, make another one without Babyface. I don't think y'all could have done it because I ain't heard nothing that y'all did that's really rival what Babyface gave for y'all, whether y'all want to admit it or not. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.